I'm already a millionaire in my mind. I don't see it yet, but I believe it now. In the same way a seed is called by its finished form, I'm accepting my divine inheritance as a child of God. I'm meant to have life and have it more abundantly. My treasure on earth shall correspond directly to the treasure in the heaven of my mind. Abundance is my birthright. Ashe, amen, and so it is. My name is Julian Gordon, and I'm author of Rich and Righteous: Spiritual Secrets to Mastering Money, Manifestation, and Your Mind. After becoming a multimillionaire through real estate investing, I was moved by God at the beginning of the pandemic to share my money mindset that allowed me to quit my job in January of 2009 at the bottom of the last recession and achieve full financial freedom. I own my mental real estate before I own any physical real estate. This book is like some of your favorites: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, and the Bible all in one. But the divine downloads and thoughts that are in here are 100% original and came for a 6-month period at the beginning of the pandemic. This book is normally $100 on Amazon if you went there right now, but I want to give you access to it for free by inviting you to our next reading group. Yes, the reading group is 100% free. Every weekday for 100 days straight, I'll be reading and discussing the 10 money commandments in the book that make money come to you in your life easily, more frequently, and abundantly. And it will take about 30 to 45 minutes as we read 3 to 5 pages per day until we finish the book and reprogram your mind around money. Why 100 days? Well, if you are 30 years old, you've lived for 10,950 days. And we have to deprogram and reprogram the negative, scarcity-based money mindset society has taught you. And I believe I can do that in just 1% of the time in about 100 days. I'm done with shelf help. You know, when you buy a book to change your life, but you never read it, it just sits on your bookshelf and collects a whole bunch of dust. We off that. When is the last time you had an author actually read their book to you out loud because they cared about you getting the information in your soul? I'm not just here to get this book in your hands. More importantly, I want to get it in your head and your heart, because that's where the real transformation occurs, in the conscious and the subconscious mind. As scripture says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is not the type of book that you just read once. To renew the subconscious mind requires repetition over and over and over. So if you joined us last time, I encourage you to join us again. I myself have read this book over 10 times already. So click the link to join our next reading group, and when you sign up, I'm gonna give you the first 2 chapters of the book for absolutely free on what is money and abundance is your birthright, so that you can start your journey to a more abundant life today.
What's good, everybody? What's good? This is your boy Fabian coming at you with another reading of the Rich and Righteous. Another reading of the Rich and Righteous. Glad you're here tuning in today. Today is day 7. I hope you're excited as I am, because these readings have been great. I've been listening to people's takeaways, and their takeaways are phenomenal. I'm glad you see the book working for you. I appreciate you tapping in. I appreciate you dialing in and looking for the signs that they are working for you and they are reprogramming your mind around money. These readings are phenomenal. I'm telling you, they're going to change your life. They're going to reprogram your mind around money. They're going to make you feel good during the day. They're going to make you more self-conscious and more aware of the things that you're doing, the things that you're saying. Day 6. Another takeaway from day 6: we can never compare our material wealth to anyone else's. We are all created equal, but we aren't all given equal. We're all created equal, but we're not given equal. And on day 6, he told a story about the 3 different men. He gave 3 different talents. One person had like 10 talents, another had like 5, and then one person only had 1. The person that had 1 talent did not be fruitful and multiply because he had a scarcity mindset. So he held on to his talent and buried it for safekeeping. But when you bury things, it is dead. Today, we're moving on to day 7. We're still on the money commandment number 1, which is measure. Remember, we have 10 money commandments. We started money commandment day 1 yesterday. Measure, how the rich measure money and wealth. One thing Julian came up with measuring money and wealth, he created what is called the personal internal rate of return, which is your financial frequency plus your financial literacy. Your financial frequency is how fast money returns to you. Your financial literacy is how you think about money. And we're here to change the way we think about money. This all equals your personal internal rate of return. Go back and check that out on day 6. All right, we're moving on to day 7. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with day 7. How to achieve financial freedom.
How to achieve financial freedom. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Matthew 6:25. There is a specific financial number that will determine financial freedom for each individual, and that can be calculated. However, financial freedom on the spiritual, mental, and emotional level is not a financial number. It is the feeling of never worrying about money. Having a lot of money doesn't guarantee that you don't worry about money when you have a scarcity mindset or poverty consciousness. Most people assume that their financial problem is lack of income, but that is not the case. The income that God seeks to supply us with is infinite, but there are spiritual, mental, and emotional blocks that prevent money from flowing freely in our lives. Imagine a pipe that is supposed to allow water to flow. God, the infinite source of supply, is always seeking watering cans to pour into. The question is, are you in alignment or in flow with your Creator? If you've ever been in flow, it means that you are in 100% alignment with your God self. In sports, they call it being in the zone. And in business, they call it being in my bag. If money is not flowing easily in your life, it is not because of a small God. It is because of your own small and scarcity-based thinking that is shrinking the radius of your receiving. Your shrinking thinking is not allowing you to receive all that was and still is intended for you. God is not holding back anything from you. You are holding back God with negative and small thoughts about who you are in God and who God is in you, and therefore what is possible. Like water, God always takes the path of least resistance, and the greatest resistance comes from within us. To increase the flow of good and God in your life, you have 2 options. You can either unclog the pipe and or widen it. Unclogging the pipe financially from a spiritual level means releasing all thoughts of fear, doubt, worry, and scarcity that are blocking God from using you. Widening the pipe means letting go of limiting beliefs about yourself and your God and thinking bigger to grow rich. Material wealth focuses on creating piles of money, while spiritual wealth focuses on the pipeline itself, making sure that it remains wide open to receive.
I just want to stop there real quick. Man, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? To increase the flow of good and God into your life, you have 2 options. You can either unclog the pipe and or widen it. Unclogging the pipe financially from a spiritual level means releasing all thoughts of fear, doubt, worry, and scarcity that are blocking God from using you. Read that 5 times. Let's get back to the reading.
Bitline at God's Abundant Bank offers you more than any amount of cash in hand. The same applies on earth. Someone with a $25,000 down payment on a home with great credit has a greater chance of acquiring a $500,000 home loan than someone with $250,000 cash and bad credit. Access to wealth in mind can be more valuable than having acquired it in hand. Someone with spiritual wealth can never become broke, but someone with only material wealth can be. Financial freedom looks, feels, and means different things to different people. From a pure number standpoint, financial freedom is when your passive income is greater than your cost of living. Let's say that your cost of living is $4,000 per month. Once your after-tax passive income streams from a business, real estate, royalty payments, or stock dividends total $4,000 per month, you are financially free. At that moment, you no longer have to trade time for money because you got the wheels of fortune turning in your favor. It is impossible to be financially free if you still trade time for money, no matter how much your salary is, unless you amass a pile big enough to last you for the rest of your life. The goal is not to create a pile of money, but to create a pipeline of money. A pile will only last you for so long, then you have to go find more. A pipeline will supply you with money forever.
The wheels of fortune will turn in your favor if you understand how to turn a pile of money, regardless of size, into a pipeline of money. You don't need massive income to be financially free. You just need passive income. If I had to summarize what it takes to be financially free, it would be this: five-figure passive income generated from your assets greater than $10,000 per month, six-figure active income generated from skills and labor greater than $100,000 per year, seven-figure net worth generating 12% returns greater than $1 million. This means that you have $1 million in assets that yield $120,000 per year or $10,000 per month, which is a 12% return passively through a vehicle like multifamily real estate, businesses, or dividend-paying stocks. Your passive income of $120,000 per year has surpassed your active income of $100,000 per year. This also means that you are actively working because you want to, not because you have to. Don't be passive aggressive.
Man, this reading is so powerful today already. Great gems, great motivational scriptures today. The goal is to not have a pile of money, but create a pipeline of money. A pile of money will only last you for so long, and then you have to find more. A pipeline will supply you with money forever. Work on your pipeline.
Be aggressive about your passive income. Increase your active income without increasing your cost of living, and invest all of your excess into cash flowing assets until you can check off all three boxes above. I have more freedom than many Fortune 500 CEOs. There are Fortune 500 CEOs who make 10 times more money than me that are not as free as me in terms of money or time because I have passive income and 100% control of my time, and they don't. I can stop. They can't. They may have a ton of equity and all kinds of benefits and perks that I don't have. But in this moment, they don't own their time, which is the true goal of financial freedom. I opted out of waiting for retirement to be free. I'm super happy with how much active income they may make. I appreciate abundance in any form. But if freedom is your goal, having the highest paying job is not the most direct path. It's impossible to get free trading time for money unless you have a highly valuable skill that can generate loads of income in short spans of time. For instance, according to an article on Medium.com, Usain Bolt made $119 million in less than 115 seconds in the 3 Olympic 100-meter races he participated in. That is an average of $1 million for each second he ran. But of course, it took him years of practice to master this skill that did not get accounted for. Don't focus on the highest paying job. Look for the highest yielding asset in you and around you. The Wheels of Fortune works as follows. Step 1. You get employed and bust your ass working hard for money, or you become the asset as someone who is self-employed. This is clockwise because you are trading time for money. Step 2. You employ your money by buying, building, borrowing, or bartering assets like real estate, stocks, or businesses that work hard for you. This is counterclockwise because it gives you your time back. We will discuss ways you can acquire more assets in commandment number 7. Step 3. Eventually, your assets are working harder than your ass, and you are financially free. At this point, you no longer have to trade your time for money. This doesn't mean that you no longer earn money, but now you have the power to work when you want, where you want, how you want, for as long as you want, with who you want, on what you want. The goal of the game is to turn any cash you initially earned through work into assets that work for you. It's a delicate balance between enjoying life now and investing to enjoy life in the future. To each his own. You have to decide what will feel more freeing to you. I don't want you to be a Scrooge with your money. Money is supposed to flow freely. I want you to find the balance of enjoying life now and in the future. So many people borrow from their future to improve their present, which is a way of shooting yourself in the foot. Work hard for money until your money is working harder for you than you work for it. The hardest part of becoming wealthy is usually the process of amassing some money to work with. As the CEO of your life, you have to employ your money at the highest level possible. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Said another way, if you allow your money to sleep, you will never rest. The challenge that even high income earners have is that they are employed, but they don't employ their money. The greatest unemployment crisis of all time is not people not working, it is unemployed money sitting in hardworking folks' savings accounts. Money in a savings account just sits there lazily, earning 0.03% interest. 72 divided by 0.03 means that it will take them 2,400 years to double their money. Whereas when you invest in an asset like multifamily real estate and get at least a 12% cash on cash return, your money doubles every 6 years. 72 divided by 12 is 6. As you can see from the chart below, a $10,000 investment that doubles every 6 years for 60 years would be $10,240,000. This is how you hear stories of janitors retiring with millions of dollars. They may not have been making a lot of money, but they employed the money they did make at high levels. Even if you have $5 in your savings account, find a way to invest it. You must accept your identity as an investor here and now, no matter how much money is in your bank account at the moment. You cannot save your way to wealth. Don't bury your dead presidents in a savings account. Franklin, Hamilton, Lincoln, Washington, and all the dead presidents on dollar bills are your employees, and you must lead them and make them productive by giving them things to do every day that grow your personal economy. Put them to work, or else you will always be working for them your entire life. When you understand financial freedom in this way, it makes you question how you've been pursuing wealth. We are programmed to believe that the highest paid person wins, so we pursue the highest paying jobs. We base our career decisions on a base salary, not on our higher self. In doing so, we become slaves to money by allowing it to dictate our decisions. There are many people who have high active incomes that still aren't financially free because all of their income is active. In fact, I would suggest that most people with high-paying jobs are not financially free because their passive income is slim to none. Their salary can become slavery because their work expands beyond 40 hours per week. A blue-collar worker's work is done when they leave the factory, but a white-collar worker's work can follow them everywhere since it is digital. The key to financial freedom and wealth is investing your money into assets that grow your money over time without you trading time. A person with $100,000 active income is nowhere near as free as a person with $50,000 in passive income, even though it is 50% less. A salary can be slavery if the higher salary means more time and higher demands on you. And because we falsely perceive a higher salary as higher income, we have the tendency to increase our by getting a bigger house or a nicer car or eating out more often, and that increase in cost of living wipes out the increase in salary. As a result, you find yourself working more and working harder with a higher salary, but your true income and proximity to freedom is exactly the same. An interesting thing about the mathematical definition of financial freedom is that people in poverty are closer to financial freedom than rich people with high cost of living. This may seem counterintuitive, but people in poverty don't need as much to be joyful. If they have been living off of $2,500 per month for over a decade, their low cost of living means that they need fewer cash flowing assets to become financially free than someone whose cost of living is $10,000 per month. $2,500 per month in passive income could come from one fourplex multifamily home plus a duplex where they live in one unit, rent and mortgage free. If each of the 5 remaining rental units produce $300 per month in positive cash flow for a total of $1,500 per month, and you no longer have to pay $1,000 in rent per month, together that is $2,500 per month, and they are financially free. In contrast, the person who needs $10,000 per month in passive income to be free would need to find 31 units instead of 6 that cash flow at $300 per month while they eliminate their rent and mortgage by living in one unit. Finally, this definition of financial freedom shifts our perspective on debt because debt-free doesn't mean financially free. Many people are rushing to become debt-free because they hate owing other people. But debt-free doesn't mean financially free because you can be debt-free yet all of your income is still active income. No debt and a good income are not financial freedom. You have to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is debt that you have to pay back yourself. Good debt is debt that pays you. Bad debt is why most people hate debt. It includes credit cards, single-family mortgages, and student loans. Good debt is debt you use to buy assets that pay back the debt and leaves you with positive cash flow like multifamily real estate. I agree that you should get rid of your bad debt with high interest rates above 7%. But your good debt can wait if you are strategically using it to grow your wealth by buying income-generating assets that also appreciate, which will accelerate your progress towards financial freedom. If I can borrow money at 3% and grow it at 15%, how much money should I borrow? I should borrow as much as I can possibly deploy. For some people, freedom looks like spending lots of time doing nothing on a beach. For others, it means traveling to wherever it is warm and working from anywhere. For some people, it means the ability to retire early or quit their job to pursue their purpose. For some folks, it means never having to worry about money again. For others, it means leaving generational wealth for those they love to have what they didn't have. For some, freedom means becoming a philanthropist, making a greater social impact, and contributing to a cause that matters to them. I challenge you to define what freedom looks like for you, determine how much it costs, and then pay the price with your time, money, and mindset. Open your rituals workbook and complete your financial freedom number exercise.
Day 7 is officially in the books. So many gems in here, man. So many gems for day 7. Another one I noticed. You don't need massive income to become financially free. You just need passive income. You don't need massive income to become financially free. You just need passive income. The key to financial freedom and wealth is investing your money into assets that grow your money over time without you trading time. You're financially free when you stop trading your time for money. And now your money is working for you instead of you working for the money. Good debt versus bad debt. People think that getting out of debt makes them financially free. You want to get rid of the bad debt, but good debt actually helps you become financially free because the asset is paying for the debt and giving you a portion of cash flow in return. Good debt versus bad debt. Go back and check that section out. Once again, today was a great read. Day 7 is officially in the books. Tomorrow, we will finish up 2 sections, which will complete commandment number 1. Looking forward to tapping in with you guys tomorrow. Make sure you comment on your takeaways. I need those takeaways down there. They help me and they will help other readers as well. Please provide those takeaways in the comment section of the post, of the YouTube post. Provide those comments, those takeaways in the comment section of the YouTube post. Great read. As people come to the page and join the community and the book reading club, those gems definitely help them tap in. See y'all tomorrow. Salute.